Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and this is some old Tobot, which is old news and kind of irrelevant compared to the new Tobot stuff, but I'm still gonna do this for completionism, and also, this is new relative to certain regions and countries. Tobot v Air Hyde. No need to change that. The primary color is not quite as eye-striking as the others because this is pretty gray when the others were bright colors, so there's a gradient there, number 6. Nice starry skies in the platform there. There's the Air Hyde. Vehicle mode. The Toki goes there. Robot mode. Side portrait. August of 2021. Yes, I'm that late. But this is the first Season 3 Tobot V I've actually just got the full box of. I just had the others like minimalized without the plastic insert, so that's what the plastic insert looks like with a nut spot for the Toki there. And the plastic ties. Yeah, they look like they're kind of yellowing. Tobot Air Hyde has the appeal of being a commercial airliner jumbo jet. Forgot the landing gear here. Pretty tight landing gear. Oh, that is some really swirly silver plastic. It's a very finely decorated jumbo jet. Yeah, it's a 2 layers, it's a really jumbo jet. It has, like 2 floors of doors and windows. Air Hyde 89J lines, which is also on the wings, and there's the Toki number. Like on the airplane, I guess that could be like a commercial number, like it's the plane's number, and then nice color combination of blue and orange, painted blue and orange all throughout. Then go to the tail fin. There's more doors and windows with a big clip in one of them. Yeah, nice orange tail fins, and then the number 6 here on that really dinky tail fin. I mean, that's a little too short of a tail fin for this thing. I mean, why is it that short? Otherwise, nice turbine engines, like 4 turbine engines, 2 bigger ones. Unfortunately, bleeds on the underside. Nice slope nose cone in the transparent orange. Yeah, I guess the nose cone and the tail fin just kind of imply this is like a pretty somewhat cheapified on what is otherwise a really realistically proportioned airplane, but really good. Yeah, and then down to the wing sculpting. Yeah, this wing panel lining, and even these what kind of look like aileron flaps. That's just for transformation. When did this get stressed? So what's the scale of one of the largest aircraft ever? Well, I guess in his debut episode, he was like a full-size commercial airline working undercover, just carrying real passengers, and then I guess the first time he was transforming and were just recruited to the team, he just shrunk. Just shrunk to be a pretty tall bot and taller than other bots, but real size shifting. V transformation. The Toki just stores right on the bottom there. Then there's the slot to activate the feel of transforming, and that splits the legs. Yeah, I guess unlatch these arms to kind of unlock it even more, and then unlock right here. All the way down here. Nice soft ratchet to click into the sides here. Toes. This is an unconventional hinge, just I can try to click that in here, and then there's this clip right here. Then just I have to get it at the right angle, which is at a slightly forward tilt angle. Any further and it'll just unlatch. And that's the only thing that's holding this entire wing piece together, so it's secured, it's ratcheted, but it's probably not the most secure connection. Yeah, just position those arms into place. Can't do the Gur walk that well because of no friction in this hinge. There's a little tab here so you can get your finger there, then flip out the hand. These wings ratchet down nicely and do these turbines. Then get your finger to unlatch those airplane halves. Put them at an angle and then just slide up the head. And then put the toe key in the funny crotch area. It's really impressive what sort of heroic buff robot shape they made with a skinny airplane, just like the leg fuselage, the front that comes forward and it splits open like this, and then of course the wing backpack and then the turbine arms. So yeah, this is a much cooler airline jet than Jumbo Jet Robo. Pretty characterful head sculpt. That's of course the traditional face in dark silver with vent cheeks and a little cap that kind of looks like a miniature plane. Like that slit is another cockpit over the visor with the eyes. I mean, it's kind of hard to see there, but I think there are eyes in there. The nice same color palette, and it is a very solid robot throughout. Like there are no hollow parts on this thing. Yeah, no big ones, of course. Yeah, like the legs, nice little sculpting there. Yeah, gunky paint. Even the back has some orange transparent back glow highlight pieces. That's really small attention to detail. And then right in the back, you can see there's a big vent that would be covered up by the other bits. And then I do appreciate there's an extra piece screwed over so that there's an actual intentionally molded underside of the wing that covers up most of the hollowness. Except for these tips, which is fine. Articulation time. The head is on a ball socket so it can wiggle side to side, a little up to down, and then good range of side to side. Doesn't always have to be 360. The arms are slightly offset mounted. There's because of how they're mounted on the wings. So they do ratchet around a full 180 or so, and then double elbow, soft ratchet there. And then bicep swivel for transformation, so that's nice to have a bicep swivel. Yeah, I suppose you can move these slightly forward to give him a different chest cockpit look. And then you have that, move that all the way up. Waist swivel, that was not even part of the transformation. And it can even be moved with a Toki in there. I mean, that is really neat to have a waist swivel. Ratchet forward. Toki pops off because of this thick upper thighs. Then back that much. Nice ratchety splits and a nice ratchety thigh swivels and nice ratchety there and another there. Double knees. So despite the unconventional arms, I mean, this is a really posable Tobot, especially with the double joints. Ooh, double joints. Transformation to plane mode should be reversed, but I've heard of one very annoying problem to get this in the plane mode. Like, just transforming the cockpit and trying to get the head in is a little hard. Because the head just really clashes in with these little tabs here. These extenuous bits. I guess those are structural pieces there, but they offer almost no clearance with the head. The painted white head, mind you. So you have to tilt it a little to the side here, and then tilt it a bit to the other side. And then I just try to then wiggle to the other side, and just try to really force it in. To barely get in there, yeah, I mean, it works, but it's really hard to get it in there, but that's probably design oversight. Yeah, I suppose you could easily just take some sort of sharp nipper or saw and just saw away those little extra hanging plastic there so that his head has enough clearance. Yeah, but as a stock it is, I guess you just have to wiggle it around to get it in there. And fortunately, the paint hasn't chipped off yet. Oh, and don't mind the transparent clear plastic hinges on this high-quality transparent plastic toy. I mean, yeah, if this was cheaper transparent plastic, this would really crumble. In any given state, Tobot Air Hyde could scale with any one of these. He could be either colossal or just a bit taller than a human. But I guess in average robot mode size, he's supposed to be a bit taller than the average Tobot Galaxy. But he's not, he's just the same height. And yeah, he should be slightly bigger. And because I haven't reviewed this yet, this is a double review with his mini Air Hyde. And this is the mini version. The packaging already is a bit more colorful than the bigger one with lighter blue. It's a flat rendering, although the lines do kind of get a little lost in that. They're a little awash in the gray. Bigger full-size view. Robot and vehicle. Air Hyde. August of 22. Direct side by side. It has similar stylings, but not the same techno stylings as the bigger one. Comes out of the packaging with plastic right between it. And then also goes the extra rubbery ties here. It's only working with two plastic colors, the somewhat lighter silver or the same silver as the big one, and the slightly bluer white plastic than this white plastic. I don't know if it's easy to see that on camera. It has some blue and orange, like especially in the windows, and they even got the little bits on the head, the essential details there, so good on them. But then otherwise, this is pretty plain. Yeah, just the blue striping, yellow there, and then a pretty plain white on everything else. But I guess it gets the point across. Mini posability's just about the same, like with the ball socketed shoulders, bicep, soft elbow, limited leg, then back leg. And limited splits, and 190-degree bend. And of course, no intermediate head, waist, or double knee or thighs. And of course, this is really hollowed. They can't afford to have extra solid bits, so this is pretty waffly. Waffles! Air Hyde's transformation is pretty simple, so this is pretty much the same, except for like a hinged head. And then one simple flip-in turbine. Other than that, it should be really familiar, especially in the legs. Mini Gerwalk. Nice ball socket solution. It's a mini jumbo jet. So yeah, it's a pretty faithful downsized jumbo jet airliner with the essential blue paint and the orange cockpit, but nothing else really. Just pretty plain top there. And also, because of how tiny this thing is, some of the hinge points are bulging out, like these double screws to mount the back here, and the ball socket hole for the arms, and the clips for the legs. Little additional rounded bits, you know, for the wing hinges, because I guess they just couldn't hide them in there, and then, which incidentally are molded after his thigh caps. Yeah, other than that, it does have the other essential sculpting, like, yeah, these little cargo doors. I assume this is the cargo loading area. And the little windows and doors. And a nice panel lining on the airplane. I mean, because, yeah, they look slightly truncated together, you know. Still have this tail fin sculpting there, just unpainted. Still that tiny little tail fin as ever. The rear top end cleans up nicer with some added slopes rather than this. Not perfectly, mind you, but that is an interesting aesthetic improvement difference. And it's kind of funny that, you know, this has 6 wheels because the landing gear just permanently molded outwards, and also molded inwards at the same time. And you know, so it has both and not just one or the other. And of course, little sticky outy feet, which I guess also acts as rear stabilizers. By sheer coincidence, this hole fits 4mm flight stand holes. Yeah, I don't know what sort of figures have 4mm. They're usually 3mm or 5mm, but this is a nice coincidence. It's a side-mounted display stand option. Also, these inner leg holes. Tobot Air Hyde overall is a very good toy, like good posability in robot mode and really nice, attractive jumbo jet mode with a good swooshability factor. Also swooshable in miniature size. And I think this down-to-earth, colorful plane has more appeal than the other Tobot plane in the exact same season. Don't tell me how the scale works here, especially since they never met in canon. No one is saying they don't want to get Air Hyde because this is the most antithetical to the original Tobot with like a colossal alien robot that changes size drastically, which would be totally impossible in original Tobot. But okay, who cares? Who cares? This is just a fun jumbo jet airplane, even if it's under Tobot name. You know, we haven't seen any commercial airline transformers since Fire Dog One, which was my favorite childhood toy that I sold off without a second thought. Or any jumbo jet transformer since like those movie toys like Stratosphere and Air Raid. This is a great addition to that kind of niche collection, or just this one on its own, as it's affordable. On to the final member of the Galaxy Squad.